Hey guys, Everything Apple Pro here, and I've compared the iPhone 7 to the other Apple products. I mean, it's more of an easy choice going from Apple to Apple. But what about the other side? The planets where people use phones that aren't locked down completely, the Galaxies. So the Galaxy Note 7 and the S7 Edge versus the 7 Plus. That's what this video is about. And I'm not going to be covering every little detail. I'm just going to be covering the key points to consider when moving from an Apple product to Galaxy, or if you're just deciding between these two, just to see which points are better on the Note 7, S7 Edge, and the 7 Plus. Now let's completely forget about the whole fire thing. Let's not bring up any exploding batteries. Let's just say that the Note 7 released perfectly. How would they compare to the iPhone 7 Plus? And I'm going to backtrack just a little bit. When the S7 Edge released, I was just blown away. This phone was the future. The design, the capability, the display, everything about it was so amazing. And the iPhone 7 Plus just announced a couple days ago, I'm amazed at how much it levels the field. Not in terms of display in other areas, it's even surpassed the Galaxies in some way. And I'm actually lumping the Note 7 and the S7 Edge together, and besides the stylus, a couple small changes, fundamentally they're the basic same phone. So that's why I'm comparing them together. Anyways, first off is design and comfort. So comfort-wise, the Note 7 and S7 Edge are very easy to hold. I mean, they do have bigger displays than the iPhone, but they are narrower, so you can get a good grip on them and somewhat use them with one hand. It's not ideal, but it's possible. On the iPhones, this thing is so thick, it's almost impossible to use with one hand. I wish Apple would get rid of the bezels. That's one thing the Galaxy has going for it. Color-wise, the Galaxy Note 7 has the beautiful blue. I love it. It's got the rose gold around the edges. Probably one of my favorite combinations for any smartphone. Galaxy, pretty standard color choices, and the iPhone 7 Plus has that beautiful new jet black and the regular matte black, which the Note 7 also has. Material-wise, we're looking at Gorilla Glass 5 on the Note 7, Gorilla Glass 4 on the S7 Edge, and on the iPhone 7 Plus, we're looking at just dual ion glass and the same aluminum 7000 technology. So really no difference there, and I'm going to be putting these to the test, comparing them once I do get it in hand, but durability-wise, they're all pretty good. The Gorilla Glass 5 on the Note 7 is probably the best here. And yes, finally, the iPhone did get water resistance capabilities, just not as capable as the Galaxies. That's IP68 on the Galaxies versus IP67 on the iPhone. So with the Galaxy, you're going to be able to go for a little bit deeper. You still need a case, recommended for both, but you can survive water on both phones. And this is kind of a curious one. Every single phone here has a different port, so you're not going to be able to use the same charger on all of them. USB-C on the Note 7, which is probably the most superior here to all of them. The iPhone has Lightning and the S7 has micro USB. So different choices everywhere, but USB-C is the most capable out of all of them. Not that it really matters, but the Note 7 does have a headphone jack. Same with the S7 Edge. That's something, if you need, really need, you're going to be able to get it on the Galaxies. And for the iPhone 7, Apple upgraded the displays. Still not on the level of the Galaxies. They have the upper hand in size, in resolution, in technology. They're using organic LED technology. That means it's going to be much brighter in sunlight. You're going to get deeper, darker colors. There are so many advantages. I can't even list all of them here, but you're getting about 625 nits of brightness on the iPhone 7 and 1,000 on the Galaxy Note 7. So that one has the best display in terms of brightness here. So you're getting unique technology on all of these. On the iPhone, you're getting 3D Touch, where you're going to be able to press into the display. It's been improved slightly on the iPhone 7. On the Galaxy S7 Edge, you're getting the Edge display, which you now also get on the Note 7, but the Note 7 gets a stylus as well, which is really cool and handy for people that just need to jot down notes once in a while. Fine precision on the display. It really is nice. So every single phone has something unique about the display, but in terms of actual tech and resolution, the Galaxies win hands down. Storage-wise, you're getting 64 gigabytes on the Note 7, the S7 Edge comes in its own flavors, and then the iPhone in its own 3. Unfortunately, on the iPhone, you cannot upgrade the storage, which is one key point when deciding between these phones. But the iPhone 7 does have a huge max capacity of 256 gigabytes. So if you choose the right size when ordering, you might not even need the upgradable storage. So getting to cameras, this is one area Apple really caught up on, even surpassed in some ways. So both have really wide apertures now. The Galaxies have 1.7 versus 1.8 on the iPhones. Same resolution, same capabilities of the camera, and both of these phones have a huge focus on low light photography. Because they have massive pixel sizes, they're able to absorb more light and get sharper clarity in nighttime. The iPhone has a 4 LED flash, which will help throw light further and brighter, about 2 times brighter than the 6S. So that's double the LEDs on the Note 7 and the S7 Edge, which is going to have an advantage for nighttime photography. And then we get to the dual camera. So the dual camera can do that cool depth of field feature, which processes photos in real time and applies a blur to the background, something the Note 7 cannot do. And that dual lens camera, we've yet to test it, but supposedly you're gonna get clear shots, crisper every single time just because there are two cameras. Two is better than one, right? Front-facing cameras, 7 megapixels on the iPhone 7, and that's a huge advantage over the 5 on the Galaxy Note 7 and S7 Edge. So you're gonna be able to get a brighter, clearer picture there as well, as Apple did restructure the pixels. And talking raw power, Snapdragon 820 on both the Note 7 and S7 Edge. Now, because we're not in Europe and another country, we're getting that boring Snapdragon processor. If you want to import a phone, fine, but I'm talking about the Snapdragon processor everybody's gonna get. The 6S right now in some ways beats the Snapdragon 820 in terms of actual loading times. I tested it with the iPhone 6S Plus. It even got a higher Geekbench result. That's crazy. So moving to the 7, you're getting that quad-core processor. 2 of the cores are 2.4 gigahertz and 2 are 1/5 the power of that. So you're definitely gonna get more efficient processor, but it's also more powerful. So the early Geekbench results are indicating a huge improvement over the 6S. Now comparing that to the Note 7, wow, that is just a huge difference there. That's definitely going to reflect in day-to-day usage. So in terms of power, you're looking at a huge advantage with the iPhone 7. RAM-wise, the iPhone 7 Plus is a gig behind, but Apple well optimizes their system so that 3 gigs is going to go a lot further than the 4 on Android. I mean, just look at Android phones in the past. Most of them have high amount of RAM just because the system isn't well optimized per phone. I mean, Android runs on so many phones, of course there are going to be memory leaks everywhere. So the Note 7 and S7 Edge have an advantage in battery size. 3500 milliamps on the Note 7, 3600 on the S7 Edge. The iPhone 7 Plus has a 2910 milliamp battery. But in terms of actual numbers, the iPhone 7 Plus may get a slight advantage here. We've yet to see for sure. But the Galaxies have the advantage of wireless charging and fast charging, which is very important. If you're in a hurry somewhere, you just plug your phone in and within minutes you get, a very respectable charge on your phone, whereas on the iPhone you don't have that advantage. And this is a very small advantage of the Note 7, but it's capable of LTE download speeds up to 600 megabits download speed per second. On the iPhone, 450. So most carriers don't even reach this much. T-Mobile is actually pushing out a new service that's going to reach 400, which both phones would be able to do. But unless you're keeping your phone for a couple more years, no carrier is going to reach that signal or that speed just yet. So really it's an advantage that you're not going to use. So what else? There are little advantages here and there for each phone. The Note 7 has the iris scanner, which I gotta say is very cool. The iPhone 7 Plus has stereo speakers. They're twice as loud as the 6S Plus, and that was even louder than the Note 7. So there's going to be a huge advantage in sound. The 7 Plus does have instant pairing with Apple headphones, the new Beats, the actual AirPods. The W1 chip will pair right away. You open it up and boom, you're instantly paired, no needing to set it up in the Bluetooth menu, which you'll have to do on the Note 7. Very small, but it's definitely there. These little things, they add up. On the iPhone 7 Plus, you do also have the capacitive home button. There's an improved Taptic engine to go along with it, so no more physical home button. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was price. So the Note 7 starts at $850 here in America. You're getting 64 gigabytes of storage, which is very good. With the iPhone 7 Plus, there's a slight advantage there. For the same price point, you're getting 128 gigabytes. It's not upgradable, but you're getting a lot more in terms of storage right out of the box with the iPhone 7 Plus. So they're very evenly priced. You're getting some good things on the Note 7, some good things on the 7 Plus, but the playing field is certainly more fair now. I mean, Apple caught up with the camera. The display, no, not so much. With battery life, definitely. Processing power, they have surpassed the Note 7 and the S7 Edge, so I can't wait to put them to the test to compare them. Each phone has an advantage. It's up to you to decide, and of course there's a whole software thing. Software is a big deal, and I'm not going to get into that, but everybody has their preference. With Apple, it's clean, everything works. I mean, for the most part, you're getting on-time software updates. With the Galaxies, you're getting an OS that's customizable. You're not under a lot of restriction, but you get some preloaded applications you can't remove. I mean, again, advantages and disadvantages with each phone. Hopefully I laid out some of the good points for each phone for you guys. If I missed anything, leave it down below. I'd love to hear it from you guys. I'll have the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus to review very soon. I did manage to get them in a different way, not the pre-order, so I'll have that soon. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.